Congratulations tonight on a great knockout. You said you know people love you because you said you'll fight anybody. You'll fight Andre Ward, you fight Canelo, you fight Cotto, you fight anybody. But out of all those guys, is there one name you want more than the rest?
No. For me, it's very important just who best middleweight division right now. Right now Miguel Cotto, he's WBC champion. And I respect him. He's great champion. Maybe I hope so. Fight with him because for me very important who is the best in middleweight division or unification fight.
It's important for you to take Cotto's title because he's considered the legend.
Yes, of course. Yeah, it's very good for my team, for my career, for my fans. Just who is who. Who's number one.
Congratulations, Tom and Abel and Gennady. Two-part question for Tom. First part, you mentioned that you would scrap the February date in Europe if you can get a Chavez fight. Does that mean that you now have hope for a Chavez fight and there's renewed talks?
I wouldn't say there's renewed talks, but Bob did call about a month ago and said that he thought maybe there's still a chance to do that fight. So our door is always open for that fight. That was, the reaction we got, Mike, about just the rumors of that fight happening when it was supposed to happen July 19th here at the Forum. There was a lot of reaction for that fight. And those were just rumors. So if that fight happened, that would be his first fight on pay-per-view. That's why we were so willing to do that fight in July. But again, it goes back to you can't force these guys to get in the ring with him. That's why I give so much credit to Rubio because he agreed. Rubio was the mandatory challenger for Cotto. He had a guaranteed date or fight against Cotto, and he would have gotten the winner of Cotto-Canelo, which would have been a huge fight for him. And he agreed to get in the ring with Gennady tonight. We had to definitely make a large offer to him, but that's the important part about the backing of HBO. It used to be, he used to have the stigma about, well, Gennady's too good and he's too dangerous and there's no reward. But when you sell out a house like this, when you can sell tickets, when you have the support of HBO, the reward is there. And Rubio definitely had gotten paid to take the risk, but we can't force guys. We can't force Chavez to get in the ring with them. We can't force any of the guys. Even Carl Froch is a guy. He's a huge attraction over in England. Fights in soccer stadiums, and that would be a tremendous fight over there in the UK. I reached out to Eddie Hearn, and it's one of those things where there's a famous line. We were going to make a shirt for Gennady. It says Triple G, just not next. It's like everyone says, yeah, I'll fight him, but not the next fight. So, it's just one of those things, and we'll just continue to do what we did over the last 2 years. People don't realize it's only been 2 years that he made his pro debut against Proxa. It was September 2012, and now he's become one of the most exciting and marketable fighters in America, and it's not only in America, but he's his brand globally, and that's another emphasis. What we wanted to do is build his brand globally. So when he goes back to Europe, he's going to have a huge reception over in Europe, just like when he came here to LA. We did so many press conferences and interviews and media lunches and, inviting people up to Abel's gym in Big Bear Lake. So we pretty much laid the foundation. So when we announced this fight, we were already 10 steps ahead of the game for this type of reaction.
Gennady, I talked after the fight to the WBC president, Suleiman, and he is very proud that you are a champion now, a WBC champion. What does it mean to you that you have now the third belt in front and in the middle of you at the WBC? What does it mean to you?
Of course, I'm very happy. It's a big step for me, and I respect Mauritius. It's a big step for me for my career. WBC is big belt. It's I think number one. And big step, very close to every fight. I'm very happy.
Coppinger. Sorry, my second part from before. So, you mentioned that you've been laying the groundwork. How confident are you that 2015 is going to be, the big year where he gets the big fight? And can he get the winner of Canelo Cotto? I know you guys want it, but can you make it happen?
Well, again, the WBC will mandate that. Whether they actually get in the ring with him, that's a different story. We've had guys vacate titles before instead of getting in the ring with them. So we can't force the fight, but he's definitely, my objective, and what Gennady's made clear to both Abel and myself and Oleg Herman, the manager, is he wants to fight 4 times a year. So first fight will be in February. We can lay it out. We have another HBO date in May that'll be over here in the States. And so that'll be ready 2 fights before the first 6 months. And that's another thing that the fans appreciate. And somebody had quoted me before about, you know, people are either talking about his last knockout or talking about the next fight. And so now you guys are right about he's going to fight in February. I mean, fans appreciate that. Fans, you know, he could take a year off and, okay, I just made a lot of money. But, you know, that's not his style. He knows that this is the prime of his career right now. And that's what the fans, I think, that's what they appreciate, is they see somebody in the prime of his career at the top of the sport of boxing. Gennady does things in the ring that you don't see other fighters do right now. He's such an offensive fighter, and he can take these guys apart. He makes it look easily, but all the training, I've been up to the training camps a number of times. The training that Abel puts Gennady through and what Gennady does on his own up there. I mean, Men's Fitness was up there that did a 2-day photo shoot with him, and the guy couldn't believe. I mean, he was in very good shape. He was a triathlete himself, and he couldn't keep up with what Gennady was doing. So Gennady makes it look easy in the ring, but everything that Abel and Gennady work on and sacrifice, and even I have to give a lot of credit to Max Golovkin, Gennady's twin brother up there, up here on the side. I mean, everyone sacrifices so Gennady's star can shine in the ring, and it makes it look easy, but there's a lot of hard work behind the scenes.
Go ahead, please. In the back of the green.
There are 3 belts on the table. Would the IBF belt would be a possibility in 2015?
Oh, absolutely. We made a big offer to Sam Solomon for a unification fight as well. And again, that goes back to Rubio was the one that accepted the offer. I mean, and I can't fault Sam Solomon's people. I have a good relationship with his attorney, Kurt Emhoff. They felt the Jermaine Taylor fight was an easier fight. I mean, he didn't wind up winning the fight, but I mean, they chose to take that direction. So you can't force guys to get in the ring, but you know, Gennady wants to prove that he's the best middleweight, and his goal is to unify all the titles, regardless of how he plays chess in the ring. I have to play chess out of the ring for the strategy to get guys to force them almost to fight, either to fight or vacate titles.